What's going on? Am I live? Am I live? Should be. Let's see. Is it not on YouTube yet? Face. I'm refreshing. Refreshing. There we are. Guess it's working. What is a crack-a-lackin'? Holy, there's a bunch of messages even on here already. Awesome. Run Facebook and Instagram. Not Instagram. Facebook and YouTube. There's a bunch of people already left comments. Thank you very much. I probably won't have time to read through those all right now because I'm sure they're going to come in pretty quick here. Hello, everybody. Hello from Pittsburgh, PA, Minnesota. When's ice 39 hours? Geek says it's coming soon. It's not ice 39 hours. It's something like it. It's a format kind of like it. It's a little bit different though. And I think the release will be November. I believe November. We are possibly going to put it out in October. I believe it's been delayed till November, like to start in November. There will be like 5 episodes. So for 5 weeks, there will be a video every week, I believe, is what should be going on. So, hey, Donkey, Minnesota checking in. I love it. I love calling myself a donkey. To anybody I call a donkey too, it's always like in like a loving, caring term too. Everybody's checking in. What's up? Good evening. Good evening. Hello, Dason. Look, you guys got little member tags. That's so cool. Hello from Alberta. Kyle. Winnipeg Ice Show. Yes, the Winnipeg Ice Show is November. I don't want to get these dates wrong. 4th and 5th or 5th and 6th. I think 4th and 5th at in Winnipeg. 5th and 6th. I will be there. We'll actually have a booth there as well. Cindy will be there in the booth, possibly Ray, I think. And then Carter will probably be working in the Frostbite booth. So we're gonna have our own booth and selling a pile of merch. The catfish is on the couch. I just don't get the camera turned that way, or the futon. Clay Dog. Did I get a chance to demo the Ion Alpha? I used the Ion Alpha for a whole month last year. I used it for that whole competition where Adam and I probably drilled like, I don't know, 800 holes, it felt like. And yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I was really impressed because like for as many holes as we drilled, I only ever had to go through like 2 batteries in a day. It just has that much oomph and that much power and stuff like that. So yeah, the Ion Alpha is the real deal. The real deal. Send it outdoors. Good evening. Good evening, my good friend. Will I ever come to Quinty, Bay of Quinty? I will come to Bay of Quinty one day. I really will. I just don't know when it's gonna happen. Just had a baby boy, hook him up with a massive flaker. Are you gonna maybe catch a laker with your boy, use him as bait, right? When he's nice and little, catch a big laker like that? I'm just kidding. But that would be a good video, right? Donkey YouTuber catches big lake trout with live human being. If you ever never tried frostbite ice fishing rods, which 2 ice rods would you buy for walleyes? I would say the True Grit and the Smoke Show would be the 2 rods I would buy for his mom would kill me, you think? You would be the bait. Yes. True Grit and a Smoke Show would be my 2 walleye rods for sure. I can already see the views, right? Right? Oh, so good. CSL baseball cap coming back in stock soon. Yes. I thought Cindy put one here. Maybe she did. She did. This one's signed already, but this is the CSO caps are going to be coming back in stock. Nothing's getting released on the website until after the Winnipeg Ice Fishing Show, but we already got merch coming in here. Look at, yeah. But we've got t-shirts. I'll go through this right now just because there's a bunch of people in here at this point right here. But the logos we're going to have for shirts, there's going to be a CSO logo shirt. I don't know if this is working. I'll go to my YouTube real quick. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. CSO like this. There will be t-shirts with Get Outside, Play Check Outdoors. There will be t-shirts with Tank Walleye. There will be t-shirts with that. If it ain't chartreuse, ain't no use. And there will be hoodies with that as well. That if it ain't chartreuse, ain't no use. And then hoodies with this one too, CSO on Ice. This one I like a lot. So my buddy Jason in Winnipeg designed all those. So there will be a bunch of, I gotta take that off now. There'll be a bunch of different stuff over there at the Winnipeg Ice Fishing Show. And then, like I said, after the Winnipeg Ice Fishing Show, we'll start to put merch online again too. So better be a jig and a minnow soon. I do have the jig and the minnows, or did I take them off? I'm gonna have to order some t-shirts with the jig and the minnows too, actually. Jig and minnow. Might redo that one too to jig. I don't know if the jig and the minnow or jig and minnow. I don't know. Jig and minnow or jig and minnow. They're all so good, right? But yes, Jason does do really good work. Very good work. Release your own Laker. Where did that go? Release your own Laker rod. I thought I saw something in there. These texts go, or these messages go by so fast. Release your own Laker rod, and Mo call it the shick stick. I like it. People always say that. I had such a shick day. CSO and Ice, I like it. Yes, that's a good one. Need a Saskatchewan version. We do have something we're working on. I don't have anything coming yet, but we have one here. I think if I can add it real quick to this chat too. Give me 1 second here. The one we have for Saskatchewan here is, this would actually be a good one for Saskatchewan. I'll add this one too. But there's one here for Saskatchewan. CSO Saskatchewan map. Yeah, so this one would be good. Hey, the Pilsner flag. I like that one. And then that one with minus the white right there, but Clayton Schick CSO outdoors with the Saskatchewan map. So we're still fine tuning all those ones and stuff like that, but it's a bunch of different stuff. So yeah, I should really catch up on some have a Schick day. For not really a month and a half, Ice will be here. Carter must have said something about still lots of open water. There's so much open water yet. On your website, they will be on my website. I won't be putting them on Teespring. The Teespring stuff I'm going to probably just kind of phase out here in the next little bit and just run everything off my website since we're getting a bunch of merch in. I have no idea what's going to sell at the Manitoba show, so we'll see. Whatever. If I sell a bunch of stuff at the Manitoba show and we need to restock stuff, then we will. Go to bed. You go to bed. You go to bed, Darren. Darren, you can't fish. You got to go hunting, right? Jumbo perch this winter? Yes, I need to do some jumbo perch. Did I get to the river on Anisk this fall? I did not. I never even got to Anisk at all this year. So hopefully next year I'll get there. I'd like to get there in the spring sometime, but moose hunt video, nothing planned this year, but possibly in the future though. I really like to do a moose hunt on video. So maybe I'll go 1 year up north with my good buddy Bumper or something like that, and we'll go do some moose hunting and put it on video. Teespring quality is kind of poor. I bought a hoodie, never wear it. Kind of sad about that. That's good to know. I've heard mixed reviews and stuff like that. So maybe it's better just to kind of kibosh the whole Teespring then completely. Deadbolt frostbite rod. What do you think? I like the Deadbolt. If I remember correctly, that's the heavy, right? The Deadbolt's the heavy, I think. The biggest one out of the 39 series glass rods, I believe. It's good. That's probably the one I use the least, I would say, out of everything. Anything better than a Big Mama Laker? Nothing better than a Big Mama Laker. I just bought Mega Live. I'm trying to set up for winter, and I'm a little lost. It takes some time to figure it out, Zach. You can send me some messages, and I'll see if I can maybe help you in some way. Say hi to Becca. Say yo to me. Yo, Becca. You and Crawford, Big Wally on Tobin? Possibly. We'll see. We don't have I'm going to do some kind of trip with Adam this fall. We just don't know whether we're going to go to Tobin or whether we're going to go to Winnipeg and go to the Red River, something like that. I really want to fish the Red River. I've never put any time in the Red River. I've never caught like a real big greenback. Caught a couple like 27-inch greenbacks. I've never caught anything big. So I think I'd like to go do some Red River stuff possibly. I have no time to hang out. Just stopped in and say hi. I hope everyone has a great night and catch a lot of rock bass. Yeah, buddy. Cheers. I saw a message I wanted to answer there too from Blake. When you were guiding, what was the most challenging part? You know, what was the most challenging part of guiding this year, honestly, was not being able to do my own content and keep up with everything in that sense. That was probably the biggest challenge for me with guiding. Honestly, the guiding part, I've been doing it for 18 years. That's easy. The guiding part to me isn't hard anymore, right? Like obviously you struggle sometimes with the fishing aspect of it, but I have such a good repeat clientele base for the most part. They all understand, and yeah, so I'd say the most challenging part was not being able to do my stuff right here, I would say. Duck Mountain's always good for fall. Yes, I do need to get to the Duck Mountains, I think. I actually was planning on doing something there for sure. Do you go to ice fishing expos, Dakota Angler Show? I'm actually planning to be at the Fargo Ice Fishing Show. That's like December 11th or something like that. I'll be for the one day on the Saturday. I'll be there like late Friday night, Saturday, possibly a little bit in the Sunday morning. That'll be it. I'll be there for like one full day though, for sure. Real life with Mike. We might have to hook up there, buddy. Actually, we'll chat. I'd like to have you out in the boat for a day, the Red River. If we can make something happen, maybe even if I have Adam there, maybe you can swing out with Adam and I could probably do 3 people in a video. It's a little bit hard, but I can make it happen for sure. Even if you come out for a little bit. So you're very, very welcome, Jason. I think it was cool to put up all the logos like that on the screen. So Jason's right there. If you have any logos you need made, that's the guy right there. He does really, really good stuff. Very good stuff, as you can tell. So you do any tiger trout fishing? I haven't done any tiger trout for the last couple of years, but I will be doing something probably this fall, I think, for the tiger trout. I love tiger trout. They're so cool. Hey, Clayton just moved to Russell from Southern Ontario. Any tips on Lake of the Prairies fall bite? The fall bite at Lake of the Prairies can get a little bit tougher. The bridge at Roblin usually can kind of light up. I'd say for the most part, once it gets colder, your deeper structure is going to be some of your best stuff for the walleye there, in my opinion. So yeah, deeper structure, like, like those humps that are like 20 feet and there's deep water all around it. So something like that. Hey, Clayton, I read that one already. Love the ice capping videos. What do you do for safety when you go out? I run a CO detector and pick up an O2 depletion sensor. So I've never heard of an O2 depletion sensor. I run a CO detector, and I do have a Garmin InReach too, though. But I should look into that. An O2 depletion sensor. That's interesting because that's obviously just as important as carbon monoxide detector, right? Yeah. And what's the tips for a monster walleye on Lake of the Prairies? I just can't get them. I don't know. I don't catch them there either, Darren. I don't know what you're talking about. No idea. It's tough. Stormy, look who it is. I owe you a phone call, Stormy. I was in northern Manitoba for a week and had horrible, horrible, horrible service. So we'll catch up. Riley, can we get more ice camping? I think more ice camping videos have to be done. And there's been a lot of cool stuff here too. With some, I don't want to give it away yet, but we might have bought some land somewhere near a lake. And in several years, we'll be able to build a cabin or a house out there and probably even be able to do more ice camping then in that situation too. So ice camping is definitely something that's going to continue. With the fall walleye bite just starting, what's your go-to lure? Snapjet jigging style or stick to the jig in the minnow? I know it, always switch it up, find out what's working. You know what, Troy? They both are going to catch big fish. I think to be like really good, you have to like have both of them in the boat with you. I always have the snap jig and I always start with it, right? Like a hyper rattle, hyper hammer, jigging wrap, something like that. But if you don't catch that fish, I feel like in the first 15 seconds in the fall time, you're better off to switch to a jigging minnow real quick. So it's nice to have like something to switch up really quick, right? So I can't give all my tips away in here because Carter and I are gonna be having a 1v1. He's probably watching, so I can't give him my secrets yet. But I'm gonna take him out and destroy him this fall. So look out, Carter! I'm coming for you. Any chance to fish with Mav this winter? I should send Mav a message. I see he's going through to Alaska right now. I'm wondering if he'd be interested in coming to do some ice fishing at some point. But Mav's a good old boy. I definitely would like to get him up here at some point. It'd be good for probably better for me because he has a giant following, but at the same time, maybe I could get him on some big walleye or something like that to make up for it, right? So I'd like to do something with Mav for sure. What up, Clay? Carter, ever go to Clark Rake or Dory? I've never been to Clark or Dory. I would like to fish Dory though, big time. I'd like to do some of the pike and the lake trout there. So yeah, one day. What is your ice fishing enclosed trailer? I don't have an ice fishing trailer. I just have an enclosed trailer that I just haul my ice fishing gear with. It's a Continental, I believe. Any tips for shallow fall lakers on a huge, I guess I meant to say on a huge lake? Yeah, I don't really know. You're going to have big lakers are going to stack up somewhere. It's just you can't really predict it unless you get out there and figure out where they are happening. You can never go wrong with wind-blown reefs. You know, like say if you had like a big reef here and the wind's coming from the north, fish the north side of it, right? Like big long reefs usually fish the windy side of it for the most part. So yeah, I can't really give you too many tips on that, unfortunately. Most heaters have a low oxygen sensor built in. Yes, they do. The big buddies do. What's the best walleye pike rod from Frostbite for a flip over shelter? I would say probably the True Grit. Probably for a flip over. For a walleye rod, what's the walleye pike? Yeah, your True Grit would probably be your best bet for sure. Wilson Lake, Clayton. Yes, Lester. One day we'll get there. Any new electronics this winter? Aquaview has a couple things coming out, possibly. That'll probably be running from them. I believe they're going to have a camera that should be you be able to record on the camera. Maybe I'm giving away too much information, but they should have something like that coming out. So other than that, pretty much everything I'm just running for the most part. I got the Mega Live like dialed in right now. I'm so pumped for that for walleyes and for lake trout through the ice. It's going to be so good. Slip bobber with the minnows, my go-to for fall walleye. You can't go wrong with that at all. Love your channel. Keep up the good work. Get outdoors. Thanks, Ryan. You troll cranks this time of year? I do troll cranks this time of year. I would like to do more cranks too. I just haven't had the time for it. I'm so behind on comments here, so I gotta go ahead and catch up. Remember, guys, if I missed your comment, feel free to like bring it up again, but I found myself, I'm scrolling down here. I gotta just catch up to it here. Ryan Mater, hey Clayton, looking forward to ice fishing videos. With ice fishing season coming up, could you do a prep video such as gear? Yes, I do need to do more prep videos this year. 100%. And then there's another super chat here. Hey Clay, with fall here, what is the best way to locate pike and what lures to use? Thanks, love the new uploads. I have a pike video coming up tomorrow already, or a pike video come out tomorrow. I really like glide bait still this time of year, honestly. As far as locating them, every lake's going to be different. Sometimes they're going to be in the shallow flat still because the water temps are still warm. A lot of times they're going to be already into the deeper structure. That's like that's steep breaks, right? Like something that's like has like a 3-4 foot flat up high with a steep break, and they're going to be on that break somewhere there. A lot of your Cisco's bait are all going to be cruising those break lines right now this time of year. So I really wish I could give you more information right now about where to find them, where to locate them, but every lake is so different. I would say rocks probably more than anything as your cabbage starts to die, because your weeds right now are going to be turning from green to an ugly brown color and slimy. They're not going to be giving off as much oxygen. Therefore, the insects and all that stuff aren't going to be there, which means the bait fish aren't going to be there, which means the pike aren't going to be there. So rocks, I would say, is a really good time to start, a place to start this time of year. Cheers to both you guys to super chats. Thank you so much. Do you like Whistling Diesel? I don't know what a Whistling Diesel is. You got to get the Aquaview 4-sided cam more often. Yes, I should do more with the quad cam. Really should. How was Athpap this past week? You know what? Fishing was tough. Honestly, it was really tough. Like I said, I got a pike video coming out tomorrow from there. But Mac and I went out after I filmed the last Laker video, or the last walleye video I put out, and they were tough. Unfortunately, a lot of times the walleyes in the north there, once it gets colder, they really slide into the deeper water, and it's unethical to fish them for the most part. So you have to you'll still catch some in the shallows, but you'll catch way less. So yeah, it's the walleye fishing can get a little bit tougher up there this time of year. And I know Mac was on a pretty good bite there just before I got there. And then I hit one day of it, was okay. Got a couple nice fish, couple like 26.5 type of thing. And then, yeah, so it was one of my tougher trips up there. Do you do this so you're not drinking alone? I'll have one with you. Cheers, Darren. I don't really drink that often, to be honest. This is like literally the most I ever drink was like right here. So, hey, Clayton, do you have any goals in mind for the ice fishing season? Honestly, just to put out as many videos as I can. A lot of my like goals in terms of like catching fish and all that have more transitioned into like capturing moments on video. So yeah, just to make as many videos as I can. That's my goal, to beat last year's count. What depth do you consider unethical? I'd say as soon as you start to get over like that 31, 32 feet is probably a little bit unethical. 35 feet is definitely pushing it. I've caught fish though in 35 feet that are fine. And then the next day you catch fish in 35 feet that suffer. So I'll base it off of that a lot. What's going on for that day? I've caught fish in 25 feet that are suffering. It's all depends where they've been like the day before and all that too, right? Like how they're adjusting. If they've been in 30 feet for a day already, they're fine. If they just came out of 50 feet and they're in 25 feet, they're going to suffer. So I really do it a lot. It changes all the time when I'm out there. If I notice that fish are suffering, okay, it's like, you know what, they're just coming out of the deeper water. This isn't a good place to be, right? So I never plus spot's going to be different in that sense too. So it's you definitely just have to be careful, right? Like if you release a fish that's starting showing signs of baritone when he has lots of strength and he swims all the way back down, he's going to be fine. But I always hang out there for a long time to make sure that they don't ever come back up, right? So, and it's cool in the Mega Live, you can see them too. You put them in the Mega Live and you point them down, they swim down, you can see them go all the way down to the bottom, which helps a lot. The Pike video is coming out tomorrow. It's not with Mac, though. It's just myself alone. Do I believe in fizzing? I believe if fizzing as a last possible resort. If the fish won't go, I don't think there's anything wrong with fizzing the fish in terms of that, right? Like I said, I've caught fish in 25 feet before that are I feel like it was an ethical chase that suffered, and you've had to fizz them. So that's really something, a last case scenario. It's a lot better, I think, to use like a bear trolling device where you can like drop them down and then let them swim around and then pop them from there. So, what's the biggest lake you've ever fished? The biggest lake I've ever fished would be probably Wollaston Lake. I would believe. No, Reindeer Lake. Reindeer Lake I've fished is the biggest one I've ever fished. Nathan, hello from the boys at Station 11, Calgary Fire Department. No way. That is awesome. Good to see you, Clay. The boys want to know the new goodies we can expect from the Frostbite this season. Oh, I have to have a drink for that one. There is a cool new bait that I'm pretty pumped coming from Frostbite. I can't. It's a new style of like spoon. I'm not going to give the name away or anything like that, just in case I've got it wrong. But there's something really cool coming from Frostbite. I haven't got to use it yet. I just know it's going to be good. So, yeah, there is a really cool spoon coming, and hopefully I haven't talked to them about it, but hopefully they have the chartreuse one, right? So, cheers. Oh, what's your favorite lure for Lakers? 6-inch chartreuse tube jig for sure, for sure. What have you learned from Tom Boyle? What's his name? Boley. Um, Honestly, I don't watch a lot of Tom's videos or any of them, so I haven't really learned anything from him. So, Insanity Pepper, yes. So I haven't learned anything from him. I've learned that he is probably pretty good at walleye fishing for what it looks like, I think. But I haven't really watched a lot of his videos. So we have to have another super chat here for another drinks for Evan. Who's your favorite pro wrestler? Has got to name three. I haven't watched wrestling for years, but I was little. It would have been The Undertaker, hands down. Who else would have been back in the day? The Undertaker, maybe Shawn Michaels was I liked. Bret Hitman Hart was okay. I'd say The Undertaker though is probably my favorite for sure. But I haven't watched wrestling for years. I've noticed that Clayton drinks after super chat. Let's not kill him. I'm having here. We'll have another one for those two right here. Zach, when's the Winnipeg Ice Fishing Show? It is November 5th and 6th. It's the Saturday and Sunday. It's either the 5th and 6th or the 4th and 5th. I think it's the 5th and the 6th. What day I will be at the Winnipeg Ice Fishing Show both days. I'm going to actually have a booth there. Cheers. My personal best Laker open water is 48 inches and through the ice is 44 and a half. You keep drinking like that, you might get some action more than Jig and Minna. Stone Cold. See, Stone Cold was a little bit after my time. Hacksaw was like just on the way out when I first started. He came back for a bit. Rick Ramen. I don't know who Rick Ramen is. Hacksaw makes me think of Yokozuna, yeah, and who's the other? I don't know. I never used to watch a lot, but I'm finally done work at that time. Yeah, you'll have to come out, Zach. Winnipeg Ice Fishing Show was a really good time last year. So, what's up, Clayton from Muskota? Sorry if it's already been asked. What is your go-to strategy for fall walleyes? Go-to strategy for fall walleye definitely would be deeper structure close to deeper water. When I say deeper structure, I mean like say 15 to 30 feet structure that's close to deep water, I would say for the most part. And then usually I start with like a jigging wrap, hyper rattle, hyper hammer, those three, and then you have a jig and a minnow on the go a lot of times too. And then another complete different strategy, you can not go wrong with like trolling. I love trolling lead core now. Started to play around with that a little bit. So yeah, Razor Ramon or Big Daddy Cool. 45 inches through the ice this year. Yeah. Tom Boley versus Clayton Schick series would be sick. Yeah, that'd be a good one. As long as he stays on his lakes and I can fish my lakes for air, we'll do a top 5 walleye, you know? On that being said, like, even though like I always get harassed, like, oh, Canadian fisheries are so easy. I could show you hours and hours of footage of like walleye just swimming by baits. Like up at Athapap, there's so much bait up there. I must have put my bait in front of like 400 walleye, you know, and caught 30 that day, right? Like it's so crazy. Excuse me. Blake, what's going on, Clayton? Not much, Blake. How are you, my friend? The real Canuck. Have you been to Snail before? Ooh, Snail Lake. True North Baits, nice to see you in the chat. I was drop shot in some runts in the river last week. That's right. I am looking forward to talking to you too as well. True North Baits. We'll meet up in Winnipeg for sure. Any plan to come to Colorado? No plans for Colorado in the near future at all. Are you going to put that Cohender's rock guard on the new boat? I already have. I have the Cohender Stone Guard on my boat. It is the best. Like, totally. Whistling Diesel's a YouTube that has 4 million subscribers and destroys trucks. Whoa, that's cool. 4 million subscribers. That's impressive. Love my boat. I'm really looking forward to getting on the ice soon. Yeah, like I'd say 2 months. No, probably a month and a half. Should be able to be on the ice. Oh boy. Do I fly fish? I do fly fish, but I like to fly fish for predators. I like to fly fish for lake trout, and I like to fly fish for pike, and I like to fly fish for tarpon. Will be my top 3. I don't really do a lot of that, like little streams and that kind of stuff. So yeah, Clayton for the Battle of Bango 2023. Get to Wisconsin. That'd be cool to come down for something like that. Cheers to you. We'll have the next $5 super chat there, Ryan. I'll have a shot for that one, the next one together. Thank you very much. I'd like to get down there for something like that. I think it'd be cool. I know Sobe was there last year at that one, did a video on it, and I was chatting with him the other day about trying to get him up for some Lakers here, possibly this year. Ryan Ginter, how's it going, buddy? Slam some eyes tonight. Lake Laprairie is getting good. Awesome, Ryan. I'll send you a message. I wonder how the carp's going. I'm gonna probably get there the next few days for some walleye and pike as well. So I love that lake. So good. Clayton, you do any hunting during the between season? I used to do a lot of whitetail hunting, not as much anymore. I would like to do more of it. It's so hard. Like I usually start to like get right into the ice fishing season. So if I could be done on the boat somewhere, there's usually somewhere I can go find ice. So yeah, I got to try to catch up with the messages again. Like I said, if I do miss messages, obviously feel free to bring them up again. Have you been to Snail Lake? I've never been to Snail Lake myself. No, I haven't. Ever think about entering a tournament last mountain and making a video of it? I did a tournament. I did the Fall Classic, not last year, not the year before. I did it for 2 years prior. The first year I did it, we were 9th, and then the second year we dumped our fish the second day. We had a bad second day, dumped our fish, and we're probably like middle of the pack type of thing, or bottom of the pack with dumping our fish. But I would like to. It's really hard to make a video in a tournament. I did film like when Carter and I did a small little tournament here online. I filmed it, and I do have all of the footage from it. I just think that after I have to talk about it and show all the footage and stuff like that after, I think, for the most part. So I would like to do I'd like to do the Fall Classic last mountain and make a video of it. I really would. I think that'd be really cool. Hey Clayton, what ice fishing shelter would you recommend the most? Wanting to do a few ice camping this winter. I would say if you're going to do the ice camping, get a little bit bigger, either the Otter Resort or the Otter Monster Lodge. The Monster Lodge is really big if you're always going to be by yourself. I would just get the resort. If you're going to have somebody camping with you once in a while, I would say the Monster Lodge is probably the better option. Are you still going to be rocking the same snowmobile you had last year? Any new upgrades on it? Same sled? I don't think I'll have any new upgrades though. I'm pumped for that sled though again. That sled was awesome last year for ice fishing. I'm going to do a video in the garage this year at some point before the season, just kind of how I have it all rigged up and whatnot. Arc Lab dialed me in really good with a box there and all that stuff. So yeah. Clayton, greetings from Wisconsin, bud. Pumped for ice fishing videos. I appreciate you watching, my friend. What's up, big guy? Can't wait to this winter. Heck yeah. Dave Wilson. Hey, Clay, nice to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Things are good, Dave. Things are good. Hope everything's good with you as well. Clayton, ice fishing late January, Lake of the Woods. Is there anything you think catches more walleyes versus saugers? I want walleyes. Oh boy. I don't know. That's all really depends on the lake, right? Like sometimes you're gonna be like if you're catching a bunch of saugers, you're probably not going to catch the bigger walleye, I would think, for the most part, right? Like I don't know. What do I know? But that's obviously spot to spot. But I'd say the saugers, smaller baits, just upsize your baits for the walleye, right? Get less bites in a day, but hopefully they're going to be the walleye. Bigger rattle bait, something like that, right? Big jig in minutes. Yeah. What did you learn with the Mega Live Well for finding suspended walleye? I learned that they can suspend like 5 feet below the surface. They're usually not in big pods. The odd time they'd be 3, 4 together, but lots of times there's one single walleye all by himself. So I don't know really what they're doing in that sense. I haven't spent a lot of time in that aspect. It's the first one I've ever seen like that crazy of a suspended bite. I don't think it had a lot to do with how calm it was too. They slide off of their structure when it gets really calm like that. But I definitely learned something though for sure. So yeah. MJF, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. We'll go love a little shot for you there, right here. It says Wisers, but it's actually not Wisers. It's homemade apple pie moonshine. Thank you so much. Any good brook trout ice fishing opportunities for your channel? Yes, there is a couple places I could actually do some brook trout, and maybe I will do something this year. How does one get signed merch? Andrew, when I put the merch back on the shop, now there's still I think maybe some hats left, maybe not, maybe just toques and decals there right now. But when I put the merch back on there, if you just send us a message that you ordered some kind of merch or whatever, and you like something signed, no problem at all. We'll get you lined up. Dylan, hey, bud, just want to say hi while you're live. I just finished up on the river. Hope all's well. How did you do, Dylan? I haven't seen any results or anything. Did you take her down, Dylan, or what? Did you repeat? Cheers, my friend. Good evening, Carlo. Good evening. What are some tips for someone trying to target walleyes first time this ice season? Find a lake that has walleyes in it to start with, and don't be scared to move around lots. I find if you're not catching walleyes somewhere, right, like it's just better off early season, especially just to move. And once you do start to catch some, just kind of camp out in that area for a little bit and stick around till the evening. Too many people pack her up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Your evening bite's going to be some of your best bites, in my opinion. Have you and Jay ever talked about bringing back Jay versus Clay? We've talked about it a little bit. We've both been so busy. So hopefully at some point it'll happen again. So real life with Mike, the multi CC tournament was nuts. Almost put on 1,500K. Holy cow! I'm excited to see the rest of your videos there, Mike. How the rest of the video or the rest of your tournament went. Any tips for people coming from USA to come fishing in Canadian Lake? Looking to get in a Canadian lake or two, but don't know how to handle the whole international thing. Honestly, you just have to depending on the province you're going to, you just have to search online. If you're going to go to Saskatchewan, you search Saskatchewan fishing licenses. You can buy like a week long or a 3-day license. Same thing with Manitoba, same thing with Ontario. You can buy everything online now. So it's all info's on there. It's actually pretty easy to do in that sense. So. And then as well, you can look online at all the regulations. Some lakes will have certain regulations compared to others. So find out what zone your lake's in, look for that zone, look for the regulations, and etc. So yeah. Jamie, hi Clayton, just want to say hi. Keep up the awesome work. Love your videos. Thanks, Jamie, as always. Best fall musky baits. Honestly, I can't really input on that because I don't really know much about muskie fishing, so it would really be unfair for me. If I was going to go muskie fishing, the first thing I do, I go watch oh boy, I'm having a brain fart on their YouTube channel. Holy cow. Muskie fishing. What's their channel? I'm having a brain fart. Today's Anglers. Holy. Sorry, boys. Yeah, the Today's Anglers. They make some of the best muskie content out there from what I've seen. So I go watch some Today's Anglers, find some good content, and then go muskie fishing. Where on the menu do you prefer hooking it for a dead stick for walleye? I just made a video on this recently, but I like to go through the eye and then down the body and then back up through. I like to hang my minnow sideways actually, especially if I'm running like a long shank. If I'm going to run a short shank jig, I'll I'll go right through their kind of their nose or whatever, their mouth, and just kind of let it just sit right from there. Lead core tips. I would think the biggest thing is uh, make sure when you're letting it out, you keep a tight thumb on it and make sure it goes out nice because it can ball up on you pretty quick. And then it's just a matter of spending time with it and basically learning what depths work for what baits and all that stuff, right? What speeds and everything like that. I know there's apps you can get, but I found the app a little bit more confusing. It just wouldn't work or didn't have the baits I was using on there at that time. So yeah, um, more just time with it more than anything. And then like good little shallow running baits, those shallow water bandits. And then another one that I had some success on recently was the Storm Hot and Tots too. So yeah, Bart Gala Clayton is the uncut video. Look for the bananas. Yes, I'm in the uncut video there. That's right, with the banana. That's from a long time ago. Question: just picked an eight-man ice tent. What size of buddy heater would you suggest? The 18,000. Get the biggest one, the big buddy heater. Saskatchewan stock trout videos for early ice. I'd like to do some of the Saskatchewan trout. I don't have a lot of experience with it. I know I'd like to get up a little bit further north and do some stuff with some stock trout in Saskatchewan. So yeah, it would be a good thing to do. Glade Chico doors if you experiment with more circle hooks. I haven't experimented with many circle hooks since that last video. Possibly this winter again, though. I'll try to play with them a little bit more again. Dylan, it was close. We should have started the crank earlier in the day. Winds got up to 55K. Ugh. The water got dirty quickly, and we ground out our spot too long. Day one was promising. We got top 10 and finished 7th. Nothing wrong with that, dude. I know how it goes, right? Tournaments are so like, oh, we should have done this, we should have done that. Hindsight's always 2020, always. Do you ever speed troll for walleye much? 2.5, 3 point, and 3. Usually I'm like 2.5 and lower. I've done a little bit like up to 3, but that's probably the top end for the most part. And when I'm using that too, I'll be running like a big super shad or something like that, right? Looking for like one big bite. I'm shopping for a 2D fish finder for the ice season. I'm leaning towards the Helix 5 G3 ice package. What would you recommend? Jesse, I definitely recommend, first of all, if you get a Helix 5, getting a lithium battery for it. Maybe they come with a lithium battery, no, I'm not sure. But I would look to see if the 7 is much more. You're gonna enjoy that little bit bigger screen on there. If you can, I would go to the 7. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the 5, but the Helix 5 or the Helix 7, the G3s, the ice, you're going to like them a lot. I still use mine Laker fishing all the time. I probably would still use it if it wasn't for the Mega Live and having that type of thing. I still like the Helix 7. So yeah. How much you sell your boat to the Twins for? $1 million. Chris, hey Clayton, it's been a while. You are getting too hard. Are you getting a hard shack for the hard water this year? You had mentioned. I hope you're doing great. No hard shack this year. I'll be still fishing out of the otters this year. So nothing. Yeah, no hard shack yet. Maybe one day in the future. Did Caribou Lodge go to business? No, he didn't go to business. He sold his business. Yes, Norm wanted to. It was his. He just wanted to move out of the game or get out of the game and do some more fishing himself instead of always catering to fishermen. So he sold his business. So, how's the heated tiller grip treating you? The heated tiller grip is awesome. Definitely favorite lake to fish. Athapap's probably one of my favorites. Last Mountain, Lake of the Prairies is a favorite too. I would say probably my favorite lake to fish would probably be Lake of the Prairies. I think there's just it's so versatile. There's so many different species there. It's big enough you can usually get away from people. You have spots to yourself, that type of thing. So probably Lake of the Prairies is one of them for sure. Hey, it's not that I catch my biggest fish there. I catch way bigger fish at Last Mountain, or I get bigger pike other places too. It's just a lake that I know I can always be alone for the day for the most part. Hey, Clayton, going shallow lake trout fishing at LaRonde in a couple of days, casting big spoons. What's your line of choice? Would a leader tied to braid be best? Yeah, I would say like 30-pound braid. And depending on the size of spoons you're casting too, if you're going to cast great big spoons, then go like a 50-pound braid, or for the most part, a 30-pound braid with like a 30-pound or a 25-pound fluorocarbon leader would be your best. And if you want, you could do an FG knot, and that those lines will really cast through your guides a lot nicer as well. So obviously you can go to a shorter leader, but if you want like a 10-foot leader, you'd be surprised how good an FG knot will cast through. Caribou was sold to the collegiate, yeah, the Frontier, whatever, right? Picked up a Humminbird T45 for ice fishing. No, the T45 is a solid flasher. Those mechanical flashers are still so good. For them, no, just take it off the auto and kind of manually set your depths in that sense would be the biggest thing, right? Like whether you're on click 1, click 2, click 3, right? Like click 1 will be like 20 feet, click 2 will be 30 feet, etc. So don't keep it on the first one, which is probably the auto, unless that's just the Ice 55. So yeah, if you need a shack for winter prairie eye guide, don't have shacks. Yes, they're rent for free. Yes, I got a free shack at Lake of the Prairies whenever I need. Perfect, Mikey. Mikey rents shacks on Lake of the Prairies there for a really good price. He has a guiding business out there for Lake of the Prairies too. If you ever want to go on a guided fishing trip at Lake of the Prairies, that's your man right there, Mike Todorsky. He told me he won't even take you guys to my spots. No, I'm just kidding. I said you could take everybody to those spots. I was at Cranberry a week ago, low 60s. Yeah, when I was up there, water was still in the 60s. It was crazy. Is Lake Atmap good for lake trout early March? It can be good. It's hit and miss. It can be good for sure. I've scored there early March, so yeah. If you already know, Lake of the Prairies isn't safe to walk on ice wise right now, but can probably walk on the thick green. Oh, is it still really blue algae there at Lake of the Prairies? Like even now? Oh man, that makes me not want to go there. It's too bad. Yeah, I figured it'd be a little bit too early for the ice yet, right? Hey Clayton, you still planning on doing an overview video for the Mega Live? I won one in debating and training for a live scope, but like to hear your opinion on the Mega Live. Uh I would, yes, I do need to make a video on the Mega Live. I will say that I'm very impressed where it's come from. That's for sure. Like now, all of a sudden, I can use it in deeper water for lake trout in 60, 70 feet, right? Like I'm really happy with it. I can mark my jig all the time in that sense. So it's clear, it's clean, it's crisp. There's no delay and stuff like that. So I don't have any experience with the new live scope, the whatever it's called, the newest transducer, but I have used the model that just came out just before this, and I find the Mega Live to be just as good in that sense. But like I said, I haven't used the new Garmin yet at all. So, hey Dave, how you doing, buddy? Hope your cruise up to Alaska went well. Hey Clayton, glad you're doing well. Are you going to do any ice shows in the U.S.? I will be at one ice show in the U.S. this year for probably a day, and that will be the Fargo Ice Fishing Show, like December 10th through 11th, something like that. So I will be there for at least one day. What makes you target walleyes of all species so often? It's the most viewed videos for YouTube, right? Um, Best access. Our walleye fishing where I'm from is like everything else I have to drive for the most part pretty far. So the walleye are like close to me. So yeah, that's the biggest reason why I do it. It's close. Hey Clayton, did you go to Clearwater today? I did not. I'm back home. Got to double vax your boat before going into that blue sludge, right? How's Tigger? Tigger's good. Maybe Cindy will bring Tigger down here in like 10 minutes or something like that. Tigger's been just hanging out, sleeping. We take him for truck rides once in a while. Excuse me. Will Frostbite come out with some new rods this winter? I don't think they're having any new models this year. Maybe they do have one more ultralight model, I think, possibly, but nothing in terms of like the pike, walleye, lake trout stuff. So yeah, always like to check in. Thanks for content. You're very, very welcome. Are there any ice fishing shows in Saskatchewan? No, but maybe in the future. I know I've talked a little bit with Darren, who runs the Parkland Outdoor shows in April there, which will be the end of April this year, which I should be able to make it actually, which will be good. But we've talked about running an ice fishing show at some point, so maybe we'll revisit that in the future. What's your favorite gear hat customization you've done over the years, whether the shack or for the boat? Oh boy, I have to think about that. Yeah, I think like my customization, my favorite one probably was not that I did myself, but the my sled setup from Arc Lab, I think was probably my favorite for sure. I just feel now like I'm so dialed with my auger rack rods, all that stuff. Like I'd say that that's my favorite for sure. Definitely need more Saskatchewan ice fishing content. Yes, I do a little bit in Saskatchewan, but I do most of my work in Manitoba. I work for Hunt Fish Manitoba a little bit, and I've tried to do some stuff with Tourism Saskatchewan, but they don't seem to be on the same program as Hunt Fish does. Tourism Saskatchewan does not really seem to be very interested in sponsoring any Clayton Schick videos. So I haven't chatted with them since a year already. So yeah. Hey Clay, what is the brand rod holder you have mounted on your wave whacker? On my wave whacker, all it is actually is just like a Velcro strap that you can get like on Amazon. I forget what the strap's called. It's a smaller one. I just drilled 4 holes, mounted it on there, and yeah, can use jaw jacker in Canada. You can on most lakes or provinces. Saskatchewan, we can use them. There's some areas where you can't. Forget where you can't. Manitoba, you can now as well too. So I'm not sure where you can't actually. Maybe in all Canada you can right now. I know there's obviously some states that you can't. Hey, your videos are awesome. You stand out from all the others because you catch monsters. What's your recommendation for a budget-friendly pike rod reel setup? It really depends what you want to like spend for the most part, but like a decent setup is still going to cost you like probably like $300-400. A really good rod is the BattleTech rod that I've been using from Savage Gear. That's like 199, and then I'm trying to think of a mid-priced reel, probably like an SLX Shimano, something like that. I would say something like that. Obviously, like if your budget's only $100, you're better off to go with like some kind of ugly stick or something like that. The biggest thing is like the cheaper rod you go with better line. I'd say for the most part, the cheaper reel. Like if you have a reel that doesn't have a very good drag system, you need a better line. And what I mean by good drag system, when you grab your line and you pull it out like this with your rod bend, it should like pull straight, not zip, zip, zip. That's the difference between like a good reel and a not so good reel. So if you're going hunting this year, do you plan to make a video of your trip? Possibly. I could try to do a whitetail video. The problem, the hardest thing is like I'm trying to push my ice fishing content, which that's where it's that's my bread and butter on YouTube. As much as I would like to do more whitetail stuff, it's like ice fishing is what pays the bills for me in that sense, right? Like it's on YouTube, so it's like I have to like do that as much as I can. So sounds like they have a master angler program now. Yeah, I think Saskatchewan does have a master angler program now. I don't know much about it. There was a period of time I was getting notifications of your video. Any YouTuber I follow up in Canada seemed to be throttled. Really? You notice any decline in your viewership? No, my summer views did okay this year. They're not like insane. Some videos really good, some videos not. So never really. I've heard of that before, where YouTube it's where you don't get any notifications and stuff like that. So, but usually the ice fishing views pick up. So yeah. How did the guide season go? It was really good. It was really, really busy. Like really busy. Yeah. Darren Wandy, hey pal, I was just talking about you. We're talking about an ice fishing show at some point, type of thing in Saskatchewan. Hopefully there's ice mid-November. I hope so. Hopefully beginning of November. He said Fargo for Saturday only. Somebody must ask if I'm going to be at the States. Yeah, should be Fargo for sure Saturday. Possibly a little bit on Sunday, but Saturday for sure. What is your posting schedule going to look like this ice fishing season? Is it 2-3 times a week? Yes, it'll be 2-3 videos a week for sure. I'm trying to keep right now a Monday, Thursday upload. Oh, there is a new pike video coming out tomorrow. It's already in the bank. I was going to put it out tomorrow night, unless I can get tricked into releasing it tonight. But tomorrow night will probably be the plan for that one. And then yeah, Monday, Thursdays is like the goal for the videos. And then I'm going to try to add some other types of videos mixed in the winter as well. So Diefenbaker this winter. I do need to get the Diefenbaker this winter. I do. Love watching, listening to your comments on fishing. Jealous of your hard water season length. Yeah, our season's super long up here, like 6 months. Stay safe, hard lines, and hot fry pans. Hot fry pans. I love that. I love it. Good to see you're not kayak crazy. I don't do me in a kayak. I'm not a kayak boy. I'm just not. I'm not a kayak boy. I need a boat. Me in a kayak. The hardest thing is like I don't even know where to put all my filming gear and stuff. I just couldn't do, yeah. And then I'd be in the water. And then it just wouldn't be good. Cheers, Wandy. Love to catch up at some point, my friend. Yeah. Kayak. Yeah. Thanks for continuing to make videos, Clayton. I drove up through Flin Flon, through Manitoba, seen Lake La Prairies and all the lakes by Cranberry Port. Did you fish? I've only ever fished Amisk. Amisk is a beautiful, beautiful lake. So thank you so much for watching all the videos, my friend. It's always much appreciated. How do you pick a color of jigs? Usually I just pick randomly. Yeah, like I'm not a huge color person. Honestly, I'm more of a profile, I think. Like maybe a couple lakes I'll use like certain colors at times, or I believe in them, but I'm not so much a color person with jigs. I'm all about profile. So, are you going to do a video or part of a video on how to properly read ice fishing sonar? Yeah, I should probably work that into a video at some point, Wayne, about how to like read it in that sense. I really should. Thank God you're back. My son and I are getting tired of Jay. That's awesome. Still been putting out videos, right? Like the last little bit, what have I put out? Like it's not like I'm not putting out any videos, but I guess I haven't done the live chat for a while. These will start kicking up now. But let's see here. Manage my videos, content. I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos, 7 videos in September. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sixth one's going out tomorrow. Then August I had 1, 2, 3 videos only. July was 2, and yeah, June was none. So I was behind a little bit like that. So who do you like to watch like on YouTube? I watch a little bit of Mav on YouTube, Camping with Steve. Who else do I watch? Kate and Nate I've watched a few times. Casey Neistat. Life Uncontained. They built the shipping containers. I watch them, and then a lot of more other stuff. The other stuff I watch always is just like basically stuff on like how to improve your YouTube channel and all that stuff. So, is there a place for flashers when ice fishing? Totally is. Flashers are still like literally like some of the best ice fishing technology, right? Like especially like early season, possibly like when you don't want to take out your big expensive gear, it'd still be easier on like when it's lighter ice fishing season, early season. I really think too, like if you had like somewhere, here's what I've done. I've had like before I've had my Mega Live set up and I'm like turns like 60 feet that way, right? And you go there 60 feet just with like your flasher and your rod, and you jig up the perch and you kind of go all around, right? And you go back to Mega Live, it's perched that way, it's perched that way, stuff like that. That's when it really works, I think. So re-binged Uncut last week. I bet you Aaron still gets so many views on his old videos. It's so good. Did you upgrade any ice augers this season? I don't have them yet, but I'll have some Ion Alphas at some point. I should probably get on that and get a hold of Ion and maybe get those coming before they're all sold out. So Chris Archer, new member. Welcome, buddy. Why did Peric disappear after making a short appearance? I don't know. I haven't talked to Peric for a while, so I'm not really sure. Well, didn't realize that's a membership. Yeah, it is. That one's there's a membership. $5 a month helps keep gas or diesel in Clayton's truck to go places and fish. I try to do some member chats only too, Chris, once in a while when I can as well. So I'll be doing those. They'll be firing back up. Will there be members only chat after this again? You know what, Boondocker? There is. I'll do like a 20-minute members only chat after this for a bit. Yes. It'll take me a few minutes to fire it up, but we'll do it. I'll even maybe get Cindy or Carter down with Tager and stuff like that too. Is what I'll do for the member chat. So yeah. Who will be at the Frostbite booth slinging rods, everyone, this year? Carter will be there. I'll be around a little bit. I'll have my own booth there, but I'll probably be more in the Frostbite booth for the most part. So yeah. Is Aaron done with YouTube? I don't think so. Not that I know of anyway. Snowmobile studded trail track or powder track for slash. Powder truck for slash 100%. Longer track, bigger studs for slush before studded. Totally. Did Peric ever upload ice fishing video on his walleye? No, he never did. He caught like a 28-inch walleye that day. A nice pike too. Yeah, never did make a video from it. So yeah, I'll catch you, Cook. I love it. Howdy from Kingston, Ontario, CSO. Howdy, Limestone. Do you know a place to fix your ice camera? My cord melted last winter and the screen is displaying all weird. There's a place in Winnipeg to take it, Graham. I'm having a brain fart on the name though. If somebody knows a place in Winnipeg to take your electronics to get fixed, Aquaview, Humminbird, that kind of stuff, put it in a chat below. If not, send me a message on Instagram, Graham. I will find it for you. Peric has been on Barstool Outdoors. Oh, really? A lot this summer. I'll have to check that out. I've never seen that. You should do a collab with Mindak Outdoors and Ice Camp together. As a YouTuber, do you watch Tom Bully? I don't watch Tom Bully. I maybe watch one out of every like 40 videos type of thing. I'll watch for a bit and then I end up stop watching. PTG Electronics Winnipeg. There we go. There's your answer for your camera cord. It's a couple people already commenting that. There you go. See, this is the best. That's why the little community is always the best, right? Real Doctor in Edmonton, Alberta. There's a bunch of options. Are you a believer in UV glow? I'm not a huge believer. I like the glow stuff maybe more than the UV, but I don't know. So hard to say. Hey Clayton, if you come down for the fall walleye run on the Red River, shoot me a message. I will point you in the right direction. The red is heating up. Caught a 31-inch tank last week. Ooh, I need to come to the Red River. I do. I do. So good. Tom makes great videos. He's very informational videos from what I've seen from him for sure. Have you ever watched Joe Holland from Maine? If so, I think it'd be a kick to see the two of you together. I've never watched Joe Holland. No, I'll have to look that one up too. So many ones to look up. YouTube's like taking over, right? Like I had a chat with this Brett who owns Baker's Narrows up Lodge or at Lodge up north, and it's like when I was there the whole time, I didn't even turn on my TV. It's like obviously I'm busy editing and all that stuff, but like everybody just goes to YouTube or Netflix or that stuff, right? Like TV is like gone. Tom Boley is annoying. So is Clayton Schick, but people watch him, right? Just kidding. Just kidding. Well, yeah. Joe Holland rocks. Trying to get him to Manitoba. The real Canuck. So many names I'm not familiar with here. Maybe people change their names. Everybody's got like outdoors and YouTube names. I like it. I like it. Hey, Clayton, been a minute. Hope all is well. Got to go well catching a live replay. Hope all is well with you too, buddy. Cheers to you. You guide me fishing. I'll take you whitetail hunting in Saskatchewan. Oh, whitetail hunt. I got some pretty good whitetail hunting, Andy. So as much as the whitetail hunting is obviously, it'd be really cool for you to take me. I've killed some pretty big deer. I'm very fortunate. I have some pretty good areas too. I would like to hunt the northern woods more, but I've killed some pretty big farmland whitetail. Not gonna lie. No 200s though. Only 199 and 5/8 is my biggest. Clayton, I lost an adjustment knobs off my Vexler flasher. Suggestions where I can go find parts. Vexler flasher. No, I don't really know. Carter, PB Walleye. You just couldn't let it go, eh, Carter? It wasn't asked all channel. I'm not telling you. You watch 54 Bus? No, I've never watched that. I think we need a Team Donkey merch. Right? Oh, my face with big donkey ears? That's a good one. Team Donkey. Team Donkey. I like that. If Jason's still watching, I'll have to do some Team Donkey. Ever thinking of coming to Northern Ontario? Yeah, eventually I'd like to get there, or would. Are you like the new StarCraft and you had it for a while? Yeah, um I'm so pumped with the StarCraft. Like I don't want to say this just because it'd be sound weird, but it's like you couldn't even like pay me to go back into a Lumacraft after spending time with the StarCraft now. Like I'm so happy with it. There's just so much more room to fish. There's more storage. It handles the waves well, everything. Not that my Lumacraft wasn't a good boat. This is just like I feel like I just went a step up in that sense. So yeah, I'm so pumped with the StarCraft. I'm gonna do a video on it at some point. I never want to do like a review video when I first start using it. Like I want to beat the piss out of it first. I want to use it. I want to like take it all over the place. I want to see if it handles everything. I want to put it through big water. I want to see if it can handle it. And yeah, I'm pretty pumped now. So the ice fishing competition will be out early November, I believe. I've played around with planer boards, yes, but only for lake trout. I've never done any planer boards for walleye yet. So yeah, why not a Lund? I had a good opportunity with StarCraft. It came up, so I jumped on it in that sense, right? Like I would have bought a Lund too, I'm sure at some point possibly, but now after being in the StarCraft and comparing it to like a Pro Guide, it's like literally the same setup. So yeah, bring it out here this winter. Yes, Chad. No, oh whoa, I got another message I gotta get to there, but first, yes, Chad. Columbia River, I'm coming. I'm coming. Only if I get a 17-pound walleye. Okay, I'm coming. That's where I want to go. I'm gonna have my boat in warm storage all year this year. So yeah, I'm coming. I'm totally coming. What am I drinking? I'm having drinking a Bombay today. How bad is that? Mac just says I just cut off my mullet, bro. Oh, I want to see pics. I think I sent you a message, Mac, before. I haven't checked my Instagram, my Facebook for a while though. No, bro, it's gone. Oh, here comes Carter. Here comes Carter Reed himself. Look at this. About time. I heard you pour a drink.
Mm-hmm.
The King's good or what?
Yeah.
Have a seat. We'll hang out for a few more minutes, and we're gonna have a member only chat. There's Carter Reed. There he is. Oh, see, and there's the catfish too. Somebody asked about earlier. There it is. There's the catfish. What you got? You got a question for Carter? Oh yeah, he's gonna have a shot too. I agree. Yeah, he needs a shot. Screw the king. Carter, you like the new CSO hat?
Comfiest hat I've ever worn.
Yeah. They're not even on the site yet.
Sweat marks on there.
Oh boy. He's worn that thing like. Here you go. Okay.
Big LA Kings fan.
Cheers. His be your uncle or cousin used to play for the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Jarrett Stoll is his cousin. Used to play for the Kings. So yeah. Carter, you gonna do an overnight ice fishing this year?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
We gotta stop talking about ice fishing.
I know there's still so much open water. People love it though. How much did you pay him to wear the CSO hat? Lots. See, I made sure he can't even take it off too. So that's funny. Yeah. Question I saw: do you salt your own minnows? I don't salt my own minnows. No. Clay, I was wondering.
Is Carter interested in trading around lake mapping for Crooked?
Oh,
I'm not.
Yeah, we already have Round Lake map too. No, I'm just kidding. New member, nice.
Carter, what's Clayton's PB walleye?
He should. Do you know it?
32.5, 13.56.
Yeah, he knows it. He knows it exactly. That's impressive. I thought I broke it last year too. I thought I had a 13-pound 15-ouncer, and it was 13 pounds 0.15. I thought I broke it last year. So this year, that's the goal, is to get the new PB walleye. It's one of them for sure. We still have 6 to 8 open water weekends. Yeah, exactly. We still got quite a bit too here yet. We're gonna have a Clayton versus Carter 1-1 at some point too. We're gonna take it to you. No, Carter, make a channel. Yeah, make a channel, Carter. Too hard, right?
I just want to fish.
He sees how much like work goes into like behind the scenes, right? Like, how would you target burbot if you went fishing tomorrow? Oof. I think the burbot would mostly be deep, so you really couldn't fish them ethically, I think, for the most part. Obviously, it depends on the lakes, but something like right on the bottom. If you say you're going to catch a couple to eat them, I'd go somewhere they could be in deep water, and I'd pin my jig right to the bottom in like 60 feet of water, and I just hold tight, just wait for them to come along. Clayton, what's your personal best northern pike? 47 inches. I sent you a picture, bro. Huge regrets already. Max says he sent a picture of his. Oh my goodness, Mac. You look like you should be in prison. If anybody knows who Mac Mulligan is, he just cut off his mullet. Looks like he should be in prison. Mac. Oh no, this isn't good. This is not good. So, like, what time do you go to prison tomorrow? Burbs? No, they don't burp like lake trout do. They don't have the capabilities. Their air bladder will explode. So even the winter, like when you're lake trout fishing and catch a bunch, it's like better just to keep usually what you catch. Some of them will release okay, but yeah, zinger. Okay, well, I think we're going to wrap up this chat. I'm going to do a members only chat that's just on YouTube. So if you want to chat for a few more minutes there and you remember you got some questions that weren't answered ever, we'll see you guys there, the members only YouTube in a little bit. This will be more though, or more chats here now that I'm back in action at least once a week, if not once or twice, once in a while too. So cheers, everybody. Have a good night.